Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be getting back into the main story after spending all of last time doing side quests. They were really fun side quests. So hopefully main quest keeps up how it has been. Let's walk. Seems like we always find some interesting things when
Revelio.
Where
What are
does
you up to now?
that go? Oh, goodbye. There we go. Four. Yep, that, and then 6, so we need 5. Head crab down. Oh, I didn't know that you could do that. That?
Revelio.
We won't get too.
Lumos.
Or a podium. Couldn't be.
Revelio. Lumos.
I haven't activated.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Protego. Revelio. Brilliant.
Oh man, that was tense. Getting it on the first try is actually really hard.
Revelio.
Too high again. Still not quite sure about this one. Oh,
Revelio.
oh, that's the one that's upstairs that I haven't gotten to yet. I'm not quite sure where that moth is for that one. I haven't seen that area yet. Cat hiding in the corner. I feel like we haven't had to use Reparo as much as the others spells in our arsenal yet.
Revelio.
Oh,
Protego. Lumos.
this is it. Okay.
You can't imagine
I
how
jinxed myself. Hopefully I can do that more often. There we go. Checking them off the list.
Revelio.
Nothing new. Oh, Professor Fig. Oh, hurry up and wait. Just took a nap on his floor.
Professor, I'm glad to see you.
And I you. Thank Merlin you're in one piece. I heard about the attack. Trolls in Hogsmeade?
Sir, the trolls were wearing armor. It had that dark glow like the dragon collar.
Goblin silver. Ranrock used it to control the dragon. But how? And why send trolls to...
They were there because of me. I overheard Ranrock talking with Victor Rookwood.
Ranrock was in Hogsmeade with Rookwood.
The trolls were Ranrock's distraction so that Rookwood could get to me, and he would have had Serona and the patrons at the Three Broomsticks not intervened.
This is grave news indeed. If Ranrock's goblins and dark wizards are after you, they want what we found in that vault.
Speaking of the vault, do you think that Ranrock is working with any of the goblins at Gringotts?
I do not. Gringotts goblins aren't typically the friendliest of beings, but they have a great deal of integrity. No, I dare say after what happened to that poor banker, the goblins at Gringotts are no followers of Ranrock.
They're after the locket. You said you discovered something in it.
Yes. I discovered an inscription. When I read it aloud, this map appeared. Clever enchantment. It's a map of Hogwarts, to be sure, but I do not know where it leads.
It leads to the library. A restricted section, to be precise, and a bit beyond. I see traces of magic there on the map.
I suspected you would see something.
Shall we go?
I appreciate your enthusiasm, and I'm eager to discover what we may find there as well. But if our experience at Gringotts, let alone what happened to Miriam, taught me anything, it's that the path we're on is terribly dangerous. I'd like you to work with Professor Hecat a bit before we continue.
But sir, how dangerous could the library be? Perhaps we're only after a book.
Perhaps we are only after a book, but we should be prepared for anything. Once you've honed your defensive magic further, come and see me.
I don't know if we understand what's in the
Professor Hackett's
restricted
notebook.
section yet. Not exactly a nice area.
Revelio. Accio.
The monkey holding.
Revelio. I should come back to this another time.
handy resource indeed, your field guide. I
Gotta go down a couple of floors and go to class. Oh. Gotta wait it out. Too early. Just right. He's in no time.
Revelio.
Oh, I love the eyes watching. Stay away from her, don't want to trigger the cutscene. Pretty and black skeleton. Large dragon skeleton that hangs in the defense against the dark arts classroom is allegedly a trophy taken by Professor Hecat after she single-handedly defeated one of the largest poaching rings in eastern Wales during the Great Poacher Raid of 78.
To discuss.
Oh, I'm here to discuss them.
I'm here about the new spell you wanted to teach me, Professor.
Good. Professor Fig indicated a certain urgency to you completing your defensive magic assignments. As such, you are to learn Incendio, the fire-making spell, handy for lighting torches, burning away spider webs.
So I figured that's what we
and,
need for the
when
bridge
necessary,
puzzle.
defending against those who would wish to do us harm.
Sounds versatile.
Quite. But before we get started, I'd like you to complete a few tasks. You may be surprised by some of them. Astonishing how much students don't think their professors know. When you're finished, come and see me. Then we shall begin working on Incendio. You know where to find me once you've finished.
Seems crossed wands isn't as secret as it's believed to be.
Well, it's, yeah, just keep on going. Hope I get to fight with Sebastian again.
Obviously the best thing.
Revelio.
I love this bridge. It's so beautiful. Wonder what that tower is. Toilets, that's where we saw Peeves at.
Revelio.
Lachlan the Lanky. This statue depicts the wizard Lachlan the Lanky, a tall, slender wizard who appears quite proud of himself. For what precisely, no one knows.
Accio. Levioso. Lumos.
Let us keep our heads about it.
Revelio.
I think I already did that one earlier. It's always hard to remember when there's so many secrets.
Ready for another round?
I think so. We shall see who shows up.
There's no one in the school I'd be afraid to duel.
I know, Sebastian.
Hello,
I
Lucan.
know.
Is the next round of crossed wands all set?
Why, yes it is. I've got a great match lined up. Ready for another round?
I'm ready. Let's do it.
Brilliant. Are you dueling with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get to it.
Ready to get thrashed?
Oh, the frame rate dropped there. That was pretty rough.
Apologies in advance.
Oh. Pull instead of levitate.
Mind the one.
Stupid one.
Act like a winner. Leviosa.
Potato. Accio. There goes my way.
Potato.
There we go.
Leviosa.
Leviosa.
Stupid one.
Okay, so we can just dodge. We don't have to.
Stupid one. Leviosa. You're better than that.
There we go. That was much better than the first time we did.
I'll sign up for a round.
Bravo.
I gave it my all.
You did indeed. The other duelists have already taken notice of you, but after that last round, they'll really have it in for you. You'd better keep practicing if you want a chance at winning, or at least surviving the next round. I'll let you know when we're ready. Hope to see you then. The next round is for all the gobstones.
Completed round 2.
You could have gone a bit easier on me.
Oh. I don't know why I would.
Seems I'm out of the tournament thanks to you.
My god. You guys are kind of all mean.
Hello, Lucan. May I use the training dummy?
Of course. I'll fetch it and give you a list of combinations to practice.
Oh.
Ready to have a try
Let
now?
us know about combos. It'll be cool.
That would be wonderful.
Be sure to cast all your spells before the dummy lands. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Accio. Lumos.
That was something.
Oh.
Accio.
Okay. I couldn't figure out what that symbol was for a second.
Leviosa.
Good one.
Okay. So both of those will... Oh, we can combo.
Leviosa.
1, 2, 3,
Accio.
2, 4. Okay, so we can levitate, hit them as they go away, pull them back towards us, hit them
I'd
more.
say that's enough practice. You looked good out there.
Thank you, Lucan.
It's very nice to
Actually,
know.
better to discover one's weaknesses during practice than during a duel. You'll be a fearsome challenger now.
Assignment's all finished.
Perhaps I should stick to potions.
I don't want to discourage others. Oh gosh, the layout of this is so wonky. Up and down and up and down.
I trust Mr. Brattleby was
I finished all of the tasks you gave me, Professor Hecat.
glad to hear it. Then you should be ready to learn Incendio.
Should be, Professor.
Yes, I'm sorry to say I visited enough careless colleagues at St. Mungo's to assure you that fire is a fickle servant. Your spellcasting has impressed me thus far, but please maintain focus. I would rather we not end today's lesson with your robes aflame. Let us begin. And remember, focus on the proper wand movement.
Okay, time to learn another spell.
Concentrate and keep your wand steady.
Here we go.
Good work.
Yeah, we haven't used Reparo hardly at all, so. Oh, so there's 8 essentials to learn. Okay, that's the lockpicking. And this is the, or no, petrify.
Incendio.
Getting it. Keep at it. And do try not to incinerate yourself.
Okay. There's a side quest. Sorry, Professor Fig. Get to you. There's so many side quests to do. All of them are just so fun.
I wonder if you might be able to help me with a small, project.
You wanted to speak with me?
I did. Hello, I'm Duncan Hobhouse. Pleasure to meet you. I've heard all about you, of course, confronting trolls and dragons.
That's nice to hear. I have had my share of adventure. I hope my reputation's warranted.
I'm going to presume your reputation is in fact warranted, in which case, you are precisely the person I need. You see, we were learning to repel boggarts in Professor Hecat's class, and, well, mine unfortunately took the shape of a puffskein.
They're adorable. Why would you be afraid of a puffskein?
They seem adorable until one sticks its tongue up your nose. Regardless of how reasonable I believe my fear of puffskeins to be, I'm beginning to get a reputation as a coward. Some have even taken to calling me Puffskein Dunkeen.
I'm sorry to hear that. Words can be cruel.
Thank you. Poppy keeps offering to help me in overcoming my fear, but I'm too afraid to take her up on it. Anyway, to make matters worse, I stupidly blurted out that I must be braver than people think, since I have been in the hidden herbology corridor.
The hidden herbology corridor?
Yes. Rumour has it that the herbology professor before Professor Garlic kept dangerous plants there. It's supposedly so overrun now that no one dares enter it anymore. I was hoping you could go there and bring back evidence that I could use to show that, well, I'd gone in. Say a bit of an exceptionally dangerous plant of some kind.
What sort of plants should I expect in the hidden herbology
I don't know if I want to help you be a
I haven't
poser.
clue. But have you seen the kinds of plants Professor Garlic grows? If the previous professor was anything like her, I'd imagine they're not exactly harmless.
Very well. If I'm in the area, perhaps I shall take a look.
Grand. I'd very much appreciate it. Come and find me if you get the proof. I shall be forever in your debt.
Hidden herbology corridor. Sounds intriguing. Revelio.
Sebastian Belmont.
Thomas Brown knows more about books than anyone.
Revelio.
This is beautiful. Greenhouse tree. Situated in the center of Hogwarts greenhouse, this giant tree, reaching and convoluted as school's dungeon. Activate this flue flame before we head back.
Off on another adventure, are we?
Oh, gonna follow you.
He stayed up almost 8
Okay. Now we just gotta play the waiting game. And gotcha. There we go. Actually getting those a lot quicker than I anticipated.
Revelio.
Yes, but if we had a random...
Revelio.
Oh, I gotta grab that.
Accio. Revelio.
Beehives? Glumbles. No, Glumbumbles. Glumbumbles are magical flying insects that produce a treacle, which will cause melancholy if consumed. Like the inverse of a bee, they make you sad.
Revelio. These dry vines are one spark away from becoming kindling. Accio. Incendio. Levioso. Lumos. Revelio. Incendio.
Yes. Side quest couldn't be available until we learned that spell.
This must be the entrance to the hidden herbology corridor. Devil's Snare seems to thrive in darkness. Perhaps it doesn't care for light. Revelio. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Incendio. Lumos.
Oh, it hurts me. Okay.
Revelio. Lumos. Reparo. Accio. Seems the devil's snake was protecting a chest of some kind. Incendio. Revelio. Lumos. I imagine a piece of that enormous venomous tentacular would be enough for Duncan to prove his bravery. Incendio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio.
Oh no, my gear slots are full. Yeah. Still don't think that we're rocking the hat. This one's not bad, but no hat. Can I just not open this now?
Revelio.
I would honestly love if this team were to make an MMO just set like this. That would be amazing. You can go to class, level up skills, learn new spells, go on hidden adventures. Have like the different restricted areas be dungeons. Oh, that would be just such a fun experience.
Have you found anything to, prove?
Hello, Duncan. I have the proof you wanted.
That's one leaf. Must have been a giant venomous tentacula. It's even more than I expected. I knew you were the one to ask. I appreciate you getting it for me.
Of course. I hope this helps you.
Doing a
prove
nice
yourself.
playthrough.
This is sure to put an end to Puffskein Dunkeen for good when I show everyone in the common room tonight. This'll show Everett how ridiculous that nickname was. Thank you again, and have a good day. I know I will. Thank you for all of your help. No more Puffskein Dunkeen for me.
Okay. Completed his left bump. Oh, left bumper's potions. Gotta select a quest now. I love that the required level's is level 3 and we're like 14 right now. Professor Fig, I've learned how to light things on fire.
Ah, there you are.
Why do I go to sleep? Why don't they put me in like a chair or something?
Hello, sir. You'll be pleased to know that I worked on my defensive magic with Professor Heckard.
So
I wouldn't
hear.
say that
She
that's
tells me you've
defensive.
taken rather well to your new wand. You must continue to work with her and your other professors to improve your skills. That said, I don't wish to postpone our visit to the library any longer. So, shall we proceed?
Fig, I have work for you. Come.
Headmaster, I'm with a student and my schedule
Your
is...
schedule will wait indefinitely, as will your student. I would think that after all the trouble you caused me with Osric, you'd be eager to make amends. My office, 5 minutes.
That man is exasperating. Unfortunately, our trip to the restricted section will have to wait a bit longer.
But, Professor...
We have no choice. It would be unwise to provoke our illustrious headmaster further. I shall find you when I've completed whatever toils I must endure.
That's unfortunate.
Sebastian mentioned sneaking into the restricted section. Perhaps he'll have an idea.
Bastion always does. He's the man. And with the plan. What's up, big sub?
Sebastian, there you are.
There you are. You promised me an explanation for what happened in the Three Broomsticks. Not many students have Victor Rookwood's attention. What was that all about?
Seems he's working with Ranrock, and Ranrock is after something I found at Gringotts.
Ranrock? And when were you at Gringotts?
Professor Fig and I ended up there after the dragon attack. It's quite the tale. Fig had this port key.
A port key? To Gringotts? I'm not sure I follow.
I barely follow myself, and I was there. Anyway, we ended up in an ancient vault where we found a map. That map leads to the restricted section.
You can't be serious.
Deadly serious. Professor Fig has insisted that I not tell a soul about any of this. I've probably said too much.
Understood. Your secret's safe with me.
I
Whatever
trust you,
it is.
Sebastian.
Thank you, Sebastian. You mentioned being clever enough not to get caught in the restricted section.
And I am.
Hmm.
Meet me outside the library tonight, and tell no one.
How concerned should I be about the librarian?
Madame Scribner doesn't take kindly to clandestine activities taking place amongst her precious books, so do all that you can to avoid her. She and I have had our entanglements, but I can hold my own against her. You may not be so lucky.
What will happen if we're caught in the restricted section?
Detention, no doubt, but a word of caution or two will help. For one, avoid Peeves, the poltergeist. Aside from wanton destruction of property, he loves nothing more than telling on the likes of us.
Thank you, Sebastian. I'll meet you later.
Foreshadowing in this is just amazing. We got touch of Peeves very early in the game, and we know that he's loud and he's messy.
See there? That's the door we need to reach. And those annoying prefects would love nothing more than to rat on us to Scribner, so don't let them see us. Understood?
I can be sneaky. Let's go.
Hold on now. There's a spell you should know. The Disillusionment Charm. Good for getting places you're not supposed to be.
We don't even learn
Cast it
disillusionments.
and you'll appear as little more than a trick of the light. Just
We
as
don't
long
even
as you
learn it
keep
in
your
class.
distance
That's
and
great.
Stay quiet.
You mean I'll actually be able to turn invisible?
Something like that. It's not as foolproof as a cloak, but those are expensive. And spells are free. Give it a try.
Okay.
Silent as a grave.
Revelio.
If I can see you, the prefects might be able to as well. Be careful.
Blast. The librarian's still here. Quick, behind the bookcase.
You told me the librarian would be gone by now.
I said usually, but it'll still be all right. Do you see her desk behind me? The key is in the drawer of that desk. Now, here's what we're going to do. I'll create a distraction to draw her away. You focus on getting the key. I'll meet you outside of the restricted section.
You distract, I get the key. Understood.
I said I'd get you in, and I always keep my word. Trust me.
Is someone there? Is that you, Peeves?
The key. Here it is. That wasn't so difficult after all. How to find that book.
Oh, that one's charmed to look more useful than it is. It's fooled me twice. Never judge a tome by its cover, I say.
Revelio.
Instead of like a rock toss.
Don't let her see you. Revelio. Should be in the clear now. No need for us to be skulking about. Quietly now. Revelio.
So what is it you've been looking for?
I'm looking for a cure to help my twin sister, Anne, so that she can return to Hogwarts. Because Merlin knows everyone else has given up.
Why do you think you'll find a cure in the restricted section? Does the Hogwarts make... No! We've tried everyone from Nurse Blaney to St. Mungo's. But I can research on my Revelio.
own. No need to concern yourself with that right now. Let's focus on what you're after. Which is what, precisely?
I'll know it when I see it.
You're being awfully cryptic. Secrets of the darkest arts. I'm impressed. Revelio. Levioso.
This is just like a free level up in here. There's like one of each of the that's a reparo.
Reparo.
Who have we here?
Oh Lord.
Sebastian Cello and his new little friend. Out exploring where they shouldn't be.
Thieves, go away.
Naughty, naughty. You'll get caughty.
Peeves, don't
I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell. I'm going to tell.
Oh, blasted Peeves! I've got to stop him, or at least get to the librarian with a good excuse for all of this.
Wait, I don't want you getting into trouble for me.
I have a way with the faculty when it comes to disciplinary matters. Besides, I like having friends who are in my debt. Now go. Good luck in your search. Now, where's that damned poltergeist got to?
I know just the spell to repair this armor. Revelio.
Oh, we're going down. It's the chamber? The chamber of secrets?
Traces of ancient magic. There must be more to this one.
Open that just in case this teleports us.
That's it.
Another portal. I have no idea what the rarity besides like upgradable. Yeah, it's level. Oh wow, that is almost double my. Okay. Ooh. Matches the fit right now.
Where might this lead?
Oh.
Accio! Levioso! Oh.
Fire.
Incendio!
Standard attack.
Revelio!
Oh, there was a special chest. That would be a miss. Oh, just they're better gloves though. And I can't.
Not surprising. Guards at the ready.
Accio!
Oh, okay.
Accio!
Oh.
Lumos! Accio! Levioso! Levioso! Accio!
Successfully 10 plus hit combos. Okay. Okay, so it's like ultimate moves. Oh my gosh, this has to be the longest like tutorial and introduction of stuff.
Accio! Accio! Protego! Stupefy! Levioso! Accio! Revelio! Revelio!
Really want that chest. Can't look at the map.
This must be the way forward, but to where?
Cider. Oh.
Revelio.
Oh no. There we go. Okay.
Nearly there. Best keep my wits about me.
Oh. That makes sense. Okay. Okay. No, I just think I can't get over there yet. I'll try one jump. Oh, that's fine. Make it cinematic. Do a jump roll.
Revelio.
Gosh, the combat in this is so fun.
It is a book after all. Revelio.
Putting our face back in the liquid. Using this ancient magic to terraform.
You wanted to see me? Headmistress Fitzgerald, Professor Rackham.
Miss Isadora Morganach, welcome.
Professor Rookwood, Professor McCaw.
We understand that you are adjusting well to life at Hogwarts.
I am.
I am glad, especially in light of your unusual situation, starting as a 5th year.
Just like us.
I was also admitted to Hogwarts as a 5th year.
And just like him.
I've never heard of another like us.
Miss Morgan, when we spoke yesterday after class, you asked about the beautiful swirls you saw years ago when we visited your hamlet.
I recognized you all immediately. I cannot thank you enough for what you did.
We were glad to help.
And yes, I did see swirls of magic everywhere that day. My father insists it was my imagination running wild, but it was certainly real to me.
It was not your imagination.
Percival, Professor Rackham can see them too, but we have never known of another who could.
I don't understand. What are they?
The whispers or traces that appear when a particular form of ancient magic is wielded.
Ancient magic?
Few are capable of wielding it. Hogwarts itself is a stronghold of ancient magic.
So if I can see traces of ancient magic, does that mean I can wield it too?
With the proper training.
But let us not get ahead of ourselves, Miss Morgan.
Before I
Something tells me she's not going to end up being a good guy.
first master all that Hogwarts has to offer.
A magic this powerful can do great harm in the wrong hands. It must be wielded by a select few. As such, we ask that you not speak to anyone about what we have discussed here today.
Yeah, she just looks a little power hungry.
Sebastian.
Sneaking in the restricted section again! I had thought we were through with this mischief. Clearly detentions are insufficient. I'm afraid I must take this to the headmaster.
But that being said, Peeves informs me that you didn't come alone tonight. If someone has coerced you, I would have you tell me. You're a bright boy. Don't waste this.
There was nobody else. I came alone.
Oh, Sebastian. What will your uncle say?
Man, I feel really bad about Sebastian. I don't want to get him in trouble. So quiet, there's no students. so eerie when there's nothing here. Oh, the instruments even play when there's no one here.
Accio. Incendio. Revelio. Levioso. Accio. Lumos. Incendio.
Ew.
You cannot be serious. Goblins working with Rookwood makes no sense.
It is rather unorthodox, to say the least.
Unorthodox? It's inconceivable. It's... Ah, Fig. You have a visitor. I'll see what I can find out.
Sir, I was able to search the restricted section while you were with Professor Black. It was a book we were after.
I'd love to see
What?
a pirate adventure.
Wait. You accessed the restricted
In the
section?
Wizarding World.
But how? Thinking on it, perhaps it's best you spare me the details.
Fair enough. In fact, the book was below the restricted section as it appeared on the map.
I want to hear everything. First, let's have a look. Oh dear. Some of these pages seem to be missing. It appears someone has got to the book before us. Still, I will need time to study what remains. Perhaps we can still salvage something useful, though it may take some time. I wonder why it was here, below Hogwarts.
I think I know, sir. I saw 2 more memories where I found the book.
Another pensive. Godric's heart.
The man we saw before, Percival Rackham, was a professor here. The first memory showed him and 3 other professors using ancient magic to restore a hamlet from a drought.
Miriam was right. And the second memory?
They were talking to a student who started as a 5th year, like I did. She could see traces of magic too.
Why those memories? Perhaps this book will explain. I'll have to take it with me to London. The headmaster has insisted that I speak directly to the minister about George's death.
What will you tell them about Mr. Osric's death?
I don't know how much I dare say. George tried to convince the ministry about Ranrock, but to no avail. My instinct is to follow the path we are on for the moment and keep the details to ourselves until we know more.
I understand. I'll see what I can learn about the missing pages while you're gone.
Good. Don't neglect your studies. Your wand work is improving by the day. But you'll want to pay attention in herbology and potions. There's more to magic
So that'll be
than
the next
spellcasting.
2
Plenty
classes
to
to
keep me
do.
occupied while you're gone.
You've done exceptionally well.
Finally get to
I look
use the
forward to
potion
seeing all
table.
that you've accomplished when I return. Oh, and don't neglect your friends. You may be surprised by how much you can learn from them as well.
So that's seems to be the opening.
Revelio.
It's time to prove your dueling mettle and see if we've a new school champion. Meet me at the usual place for the final round of crossed wands. Also, the training dummy is still available.
Okay, let's go do some. We'll finish off cross wands.
meet me in Lower Hogsfield as soon as possible.
Oh,
I would like to
I.
talk to you about Rookwood and Harlow, and it might be best to do so outside of the castle.
I don't know if we've mentioned anything to her.
Weasley have asked that I teach you an additional defensive spell. Please complete the assignments I have given you, and then proceed to see me
Oh,
in my
we're getting a mail dump. Oh, that is very large. Okay, we'll do that right after this.
Future champion coming through.
Let's practice the training dummy one more time. Learn a new combo.
With the training dummy.
Excellent idea. This time will be a bit more of a challenge. Ready?
That'd be brilliant.
Wonderful. I'll set things up. Remember to cast all the spell combinations before the dummy lands again. If you need to stop practicing before you finish all of them, let me know.
Okay, so we've got all our combat ones.
Accio, Incendio, Levioso.
Okay.
Accio, Incendio.
Got it.
Good one.
Accio, Incendio. Levioso. Accio.
Okay.
Incendio. Levioso.
So you don't want to race through it.
Accio. Incendio.
Because your ability won't recharge fast enough, so you have to actually pace it.
Impressive wand work. I'd hate to face you in a duel.
Thanks, Lucan. You've been a great help.
Oh, stop. Don't make me blush. Seriously, well done. Training dummies will think twice before challenging you again. Plus, you'll be even more formidable in crossed wands. Other duelists had better beware.
Okay. Now, I'm going to talk to you again, and we're going to get into the fight.
Round across wands ready?
Big match today. It all comes down to this. The moment that we find out if your training and dedication is enough to win it all. Ready for a shot at glory?
I certainly am.
Brilliant. Are you dealing with a partner?
Yes, Sebastian.
Then let's get started.
Wonder if you get anything different if you don't.
That's the spirit.
Oh, I wonder if they double the opponents if you fight with someone.
Incendio.
Don't shy away now.
Luma. Levioso. Stupid one. There goes my wager. Protego. Stupid one. Incendio. You're better than that. Accio. Levioso. Stupid one. Levioso. Fringo. Protego. Stupid one. Accio. Stupid one. Stupid one. Stupid one.
They made a crap's breakfast out of you that round. Care to try again?
Yes, I'm ready.
Forgot about
Very well.
healing.
Good luck out there.
Forgot it was even a thing.
Protego. Stupid one. Incendio. Levioso. Confringo. Stupefy. Accio.
Confringo.
Stupefy. Confringo. Levioso. Dindo. Levioso. Accio. Levioso. Levioso. Incendio. Incendio.
Kind of hard to target lock.
Accio. Incendio. Accio. Protego. Stupefy. Levioso. Accio. Accio. Levioso. Protego. Stupefy. Accio. Levioso. Levioso. Incendio. Accio. Levioso. Accio. Incendio.
Oh my gosh, the range on this must be literally nothing.
Incendio.
He was stuck in the corner.
More people can't watch the duels.
What a victory! You've won the tournament!
I'm just pleased to have done as well as I did.
And we're pleased to have such a gracious champion. Now, to the victor goes the prize! And so it is my great honor to present you with this simple yet elegant token of supreme dueling accomplishment.
Thank you. It's been an honor.
You earned it. You are a duelist to be reckoned with. Now that we've definitively crowned the tournament winner, I suppose I should get back to my schoolwork. Wonder how my herbology plants are doing. I haven't tended them in ages.
Yes.
Lost to a new student?
You can't be beat, can you?
Shame it's over. I was just getting started.
Revelio.
The best duelist won, I suppose.
Well, that seems like a great spot to, Oh.
Could you remind me how the Daedalian keys work again?
Oh, I didn't
When
mean
you
to
spot
ask
or
that.
hear a flying key, you're to follow it back to its cabin. I hope you follow some.
There we go. Well, this seems like a great place to call it a day. Thanks everyone for watching. Enjoy the rest of your day.